Welcome everybody to Dark Talk Black Mirror, Episode 3, The Entire History of You. I am your host Dan, and I'm joined by my best friend, who is a massive grain user, Paul. How's it going, Paul?
Hello, Dan. How are you? I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, hang on, I'm just going to rewind that conversation, just see what I said. Yeah, okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Episode 3. These aren't getting any nicer. These episodes aren't getting any fucking nicer. Oh my God.
No, this is the worst for me so far. So I watched it again last night, and going into it, I was like, remembering the story, and I was like, it can't be that bad. Like, it can't. Why did it make me feel the way it did? And then I watched it, and it proceeded to make me feel those feelings again. It's fucking horrible. It's just. It
is. Oh. And it's not even. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there is like physical violence and gore in it, I suppose, but it's not that. It's just. Well, we'll get into what it is, but yeah. Last time I remember watching this episode was probably about 5 years ago, maybe a bit longer actually, because I remember I was watching it with a new girlfriend who is still my current partner, and you came round, and I think we were watching it, the three of us, and we were all just cringing at how bad it is, and that it just hasn't got any better.
I think on my rewatch last night, it's only like the third time I've seen it. I remember watching it originally when it first came out. It was the second episode I ever saw, and I really didn't like how it made me feel, although you can admit that it's really good and really well made. Then I went back to it again on a later rewatch. You know, like when a new season comes out, it's like, right, I'm gonna fucking rewatch them all or whatever. And I had a rewatch, and again it made me feel that way. And then that was probably about 5 years ago, And so I watched it last night, and as I said, like, I didn't remember why. I was like, it's quite a basic story, not a lot happens. And then I just watched it, I was like, oh God. It's just Toby Kebbell is in descent into madness. It is 24 hours of madness with Toby Kebbell.
Yeah. I love him though. What an actor.
Oh, he's phenomenal. And like, obviously I was preparing for you to ask me where I know him from and stuff. So I obviously know him from Dead Man's Shoes, which is a phenomenal film. I love all Shane Meadows films, you know. So that's predominantly what I know him from. I think I've seen him in like one or two other things, but he's not in that much, is he? I mean, he probably is, but he's not in that. He's not in that much stuff that's popular.
Well, the first time I saw him in this film. It's a low budget British film. I think it came out before Dead Man's Shoes, or around about the same time. It's called The Wilderness, or maybe just Wilderness. That's also got future Black Mirror alumni in it, Leona Critchlow, who we will see soon. They're the two leads in it. There's quite a few. There's quite a few young British actors. Well, they were young at the time, and they've gone on to do bigger things. Sean Pertwee's in it as well, and Alex Reid, the female, from The Descent, the Scouser. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all in it. So that's where I know him from, because he's in that, and he's brilliant in that. And it's a really, if it wasn't for the levels of gore in that, it would almost be like an ITV drama. It's that kind of thing. So I know him from that, and then obviously Dead Man's Shoes. I think he does a lot of like motion capture work, because he is.
Okay.
I'm sure he's King Kong in Skull Island. I'm sure he's the motion capture for that.
Is he now? I thought that would be Andy Serkis, because he's motion captured.
Yeah, King, well, he did the Peter Jackson Kong, I think.
Yeah. Let me just have a quick look, because I am a Toby Kebbell fan.
He was also Doctor Doom, I think, in one of those, in like the worst Fantastic Four film.
Yeah, Four Stick. He was, yeah.
They're all
he's
bad.
In Planet
They cannot get those Fantastic Four films right.
No, they really can't. He's in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He's in Rock and Roller.
Yes, he's Johnny Quid in Rock and Roller.
He is, yeah. I can know. Shit film, but he's really good in it.
Yeah, he's awesome in that, actually.
See, like, his IMDb list here is huge. He's in loads, but like, these are films that I don't watch, like Warcraft, like, The Council.
I know you hate the subject, but would you consider him for a James Bond?
Maybe. I think he's too good for Bond. He's like, I feel like Bond actors need to be a bit more just all on the eyes and charming and Walton Drew Bond. But this guy, he's got too much
acting
about him.
chops.
Yeah. I'm just on his IMDb. Sorry, that's why my answer was a bit shit, because I was watching something. There's a little clip of him. He's in a film called Grindstone, and he plays a boxer, and he's packed on a load of beef. He looks fucking huge. Yeah. But how do you feel about him in Dead Man's Shoes? Because like that is a film that I've wanted to talk about for a while.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. It is a very good film. Yeah, I think I need to watch it with older eyes again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a big Shane Meadows fan. You know, A Room for Romeo Brass, This Is England, and Once Upon a Time in the Midlands and stuff like that. It's just like, I love it. It's just great.
I know a story about Once Upon a Time in the Midlands. I've never seen it, but I bought it brand new from HMV years ago, and I think I've still got it, still sealed somewhere, because it was in my car for about 4 years. I put it down the back, the back of the passenger seat to just store it, and like, I just forgot about it. And then, like, I think when I came to sell the car, I was like, what the hell's this? And I was like, oh yeah. So I've still got it sealed somewhere. Still got the price tag on, like £9 or whatever it was.
It's really good. It's more of a comedy than his other works. You know, like Dead Man's Shoes has got funny moments in it, but it's not exactly a comedy. Same with like This Is England and stuff. But it's way more of a comedy.
So Toby Kebbell in this episode of Black Mirror plays Liam Foxwell, who is a lawyer, and the episode opens up with him having an appraisal at his law firm with this. And I've got it written down again. I had it written down last episode. A trio of cunts, like these three that are giving him this appraisal. Like what language are these people talking? They're just like targets, quarters, and just all this corporate non-speak. And like when they say goodbye to him, they're like, "Well, we really hope to look forward to seeing you again." I was like, "Get off, man!" Awful.
They're terrible.
I can't deal with people like that. I just cannot deal with that.
No, neither can I. And I'm glad that there aren't many people like that in my life, or any people like that in my life.
So Liam gets out of this meeting and he goes home in his cab and he checks footage that he has recorded of the appraisal in his mind. So Paul, do you want to explain how he's able to do this?
In this episode, we are introduced to the grain, which will reappear in later episodes in different forms, but this is the first iteration. So if you're thinking that Black Mirror has a timeline, this would be when it's probably at its sort of medium level tech. So the grain is implanted behind the ear, and it enables a person to be able to record everything that they see, play back everything that they see, and then this means that everyday life is pretty much run by this. So he is able to board a plane because he's done a security check to show that his last week's worth of footage, there's nothing dodgy on it. He's not preparing any bomb. He's able to pay for his taxi later on without jumping forward. That's my new fucking catchphrase. Later on, we see that someone is unable to get any help from the police because she doesn't have a grain. And if you imagine the technology, it's probably presented as this is like insane new technology. Remember everything. Memories are fake anyway. However, you can see how this just makes people descend into fucking paranoia and obsession and madness, and it's fucking horrible. This tech is just like, I would never have this because it's fucking horrible. Would you ever consider having this if it became a real thing?
Fuck no. Why would you want it? Like, I mean, it is just like one step away from having a smartphone, basically, because, I mean, people record everything on their phones now, and they can go back and do that. But this records everything, 24 hours a day since birth, as we will find out later on. Well, because a bit later on we find out that the baby has got a grain installed in its head. You can't consent to this either. So this is how people live. They grow up with this all their life. They don't grow up normally and then have the grain installed. I mean, the first generation of people probably did, but these people it's just life for them, so they don't know any different.
It's almost like parents making Facebook profiles for their kids and then sharing their photos on them and stuff like that. You can see where the idea comes from massively, can't you?
Yeah, this one, to me, I think this is the first what if phones, but too much of Black Mirror. This is the first, this is the one where he's criticising we are like one step away from this happening. Like, as soon as the tech for this becomes available, this is what people will do.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because there's them Google glasses that people have started wearing. Are they still a thing?
I don't know if they took off because I don't really hear anything about them, but then I probably wouldn't. But when they were coming out, they were like supposed to be huge, weren't they? And
if I came across somebody wearing them, they would get a punch right between the eyes.
I got that on camera.
I'd smash a vodka bottle and hold it up to their throat. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what though? Like it is what if phones but worse. But I honestly don't get that feeling from this. I feel like it feels more like a warning, if anything. You know, like it's not too much for me. It's not too like roll your eyes worthy. It's like this shit could happen. It could happen soon in the next 10 years, and we should probably try and avoid it and cut down on all that kind of stuff. So
yeah. So Liam is married to Fee, who is played by Doctor Who herself, Jodie Whittaker. She's fucking great in this. She's so good in this.
She is.
Yeah, she plays that like no, she's not quite downtrodden, but she's like sick of his shit because, for all intents and purposes, they're quite happy up until he lets his insecurities get the better of him, and then she's like, oh, for fuck's sake, not again. Yeah, so they're an old friends get together and they meet a bunch of insufferable people. And before Liam even goes into the party, he has to rewind like a barbecue that they had like a couple of years ago to remember everybody's name, which I thought was very funny.
That's where this technology would come in handy, because I forget people's names all the fucking time.
You forget people's faces. Like, I've walked up to you in town before and you're like, I'm like a meter away from you. You're just like staring at me like, who are you? Like, it's me.
I got really bad eyesight. I should wear my glasses all the time. But to be fair though, not that long ago I drove past you and I was like a foot away from you because you were driving the opposite direction, and I stared straight at you. I was like, la, and you were just like, bye-bye.
Yeah, so this is an insufferable crew of old friends that used to party during their uni days or whatever. But the most insufferable, especially insufferable out of this crew is Jonas. Right. Oh, played by Tom Cullen, who is an absolutely fantastic actor. He's great, so good, and his performance in this is so sleazy and slimy. Ugh.
Oh God, yeah. I actually don't really know him from anything. I looked up his credits and that, and he's been in fucking loads, and he's a Welsh guy as well.
Guess what else he's in?
Go on,
Downton Abbey, baby.
Oh, fucking enemy of the pod, Downton Abbey.
That's the third time we've mentioned Downton Abbey on this show.
Well, if you're a British actor and you're in Black Mirror, then you've probably been in Downton Abbey or EastEnders or The Bill. Actually, do you know the guy, the three dudes, the three people from the beginning?
I know who you're going to say. Guy? Yep, Danny Glaze from The Bill.
I was like, right, I've either seen him from Bill, Casualty, Holby City, and I looked and he's in all of them, and he was in EastEnders as well,
and Hollyoaks.
Right. I think I remember.
Actually, a very good actor. He's a very good actor.
He is.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of The Bill. So when I first saw this episode and I saw him in it, I was like, oh my god, he's finally in something really good. But he just gets that one part at the beginning. I was gutted. The thing I did spot as well is Jimmy Mystery from Everything, but I think he was in EastEnders, and definitely he was in Coronation Street about 10 years ago, and he died in an explosion, and his flat exploded. But like, they found his body inside the flat, and it was like the explosion somehow sucked him into the flat. It was very great. Yeah, so there's a lot of lower level I don't mean lower level as a negative thing, but there are a lot of lower level British actors in this. Yeah,
they're not exactly Anthony Hopkins,
but speaking of staying on Tom Cullen, so I saw him in a TV show a couple of years ago called The Gold, and I've just checked it out. There's a second season out this year apparently, but it's a true story about the Brinks-Mat gold robbery, and he plays one of the gold dealers in it, and you wouldn't recognize him. It stunned me when I saw him in this. I was like, oh my god, he's the guy from Black Mirror, that sleazeball from Black Mirror.
He plays a phenomenal sleazeball. Do you know who I thought he was? Because like, as I said, I'm not overly familiar with his work. Do you remember Peep Show, where they go to that cabin next to the lake, and there's that guy who's just the fucking biggest piece of shit ever, and they play Spin the Bottle. I thought it was him for a minute. No, but
thing is though, it's the exact same energy. Do you know what I mean? That's the exact same energy. There's a certain type of person in this world that just is that, and that Peep Show dude is one, and Jonas is another one. Just this like everyone knows someone like this overly confident, just like cannot stop talking and running the conversation, just like Captain Smug douchebag. That bit later on where he's like, I'm a serial monogamist, I'm staying faithful to my cornflakes, and it sends Fee into this fit of laughter. And later on, Liam's like watching it, and he's like, that is objectively not funny. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with you on this one. It isn't. Like, it just isn't funny.
He gets the babysitter to sit down. He's like, don't worry about offending him. He's a prick.
He's like, both me and the babysitter agree that's not funny. So why are you laughing? We'll get into Liam being a dickhead in a bit, but yeah, Jonas is, yeah. I mean,
God.
if I met him in real life, I would dislike this dude.
Yeah, I would remove myself from his surroundings immediately. I don't have time for things like this in my life. So, but excellently fucking played by Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Because...
And he doesn't overplay it either. He is like very sleazy, but it's that really subtle, like, hey, I'm not doing anything, sort of oh, do you know what?
Yeah, I get it.
Anyway,
brilliant.
Yeah, they also meet at this party a woman named Hallam. She is a woman who was mugged previously, and she was gouged. They took her grain out, and apparently there's a black market for these things because her grain wasn't encrypted. So all the footage of her, I suppose, her getting dressed in the morning, all her sexual experiences, everything has been sold to they speculate it's been sold on the black market in China, which I kind of like. That gives the whole world a bit more of a bit of world building with one conversation. I thought it was a really clever thing to do.
Absolutely, and the fact that they drop it in, it takes like a small amount of time for them to build this world where these things would actually happen. Probably people's data gets stolen all the time, so that people can get their bank details and information robbed, and even like leaks, like nude leaks and stuff like that. It's a real thing, and they build this into this world in a fraction of the time that they have for the rest of the episode, and it's really well done. Yeah,
really clever. So Hallam tells him that she's decided to live without the grain because she liked it. She thought it was calming and peaceful, and she's the only character in this that seems to have any sort of inner peace. Because as soon as she mentions this at the dinner table, everyone, like, it's like a pub going quiet at EastEnders. Everyone drops their glasses. They're all like, and they're like, which burner?
You could say that she's going against the grain.
Oh god. Yeah. But again, this is how people would react, because I remember back in the day, do you remember if you met someone who didn't have a Facebook account? It was like, what? Because I remember, like, I think the first time I ever deleted a Facebook account was about 2008, 2009, and deleted it, and that was that. And I was inundated with text messages off people. Are you alright? What's going on? You've deleted your Facebook. It's like, yeah, I just don't want it anymore. I mean, now people delete them all the time, and, you know, a lot of people don't have them. It's a boomer thing to have now, is a Facebook account.
Yeah,
but that's the way they act. They're all like, how do you cope? How do you live with that one?
Yeah, I can't. I physically can't do it now because I need my phone for like work and whatnot. But I remember I not long got a new phone, and I was having a coffee, and I dropped it from like it slid off my knee when I was sitting down, hit the solid floor, cracked slightly in the corner, and it just bled ink straight into the screen. And I'd only just got it, like I'd only had it about a month or something, which is pretty new for a phone. Yeah. And I was like fucking well annoyed. I was like, fuck it, and I was just like, I'm not gonna have a phone. So I did. I had this I got it from the place that I worked at the time. They were like, you need a phone. I was like, I don't. They were like, we need to be able to contact you. So I was like, alright, fuck. They gave me this tiny little phone. All you could do is ring and text on it. And I spent months without a phone, and it was great. It was really good. But people were like dead weirded out by it. Like, you don't use a phone? I was like, no. I've got like a little book I carry around me. I read my book. Yeah.
I would love it if I could have a smartphone that could just have WhatsApp on it. WhatsApp and a browser, that'd do me. But all these phones, they all come with like Facebook on it, and you can't uninstall it.
Yeah, built-in shite. Do you remember when people buying iPods, I think, and it came with a built-in U2 album?
I was just going to say that. Right? I'll one-up you, right? I will one-up you. So in 2005, I got a new mobile phone, right? It was just a brick phone, and you could play music on it, MP3s. You could play something like, I don't know, 20 MP3s, right? But there were two songs on it that came pre-installed, and you couldn't delete it, and they were both Black Eyed Peas songs.
Fucking...
I don't know what they were, because it was before. I think it was before Tonight's Gonna Be a Good Night. It was before they were very famous. So I don't know why they did a deal with whatever company it was, like Motorola or something. And the phone lit up on the sides when it played the music, so it would flash green and all. Oh God.
Sounds like a fucking Black Mirror episode itself. I remember you went on holiday, didn't you? You went to like, did you go to like Netherlands, and you were like getting trains and hitchhiking and stuff? And I remember speaking to you when you were getting back, and you were like, I was like, how was it? You were like, oh, it was amazing. The moment I got back to Britain, all I heard was, tonight's gonna be a good night. And you were like, oh God, I'm fucking back. I'm back in like the real world where this is everywhere. And I was like, I felt depressed for you. It was
Mazel tov.
Oh, that song.
Oh God, worst song. I know we often say things are the worst song we've ever heard on this podcast, but that is one.
It is one of them.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to this dinner party. So what I did notice is one of these women at the dinner party, I can't remember her name, she is extremely unhappy that Hallam has gone grainless. She's like thinks it's ethically wrong. She's like, it's just a big thing going grainless, and I don't think it's right. It's like, whoa, calm down, love.
She's like, a lot of hookers go grainless. It's like, comparing it to like sex workers now, isn't it? We're not going to be disrespectful to sex workers, but I suppose like 14 years ago it wasn't as okay. And yeah, she compares it to a prostitute, so that's not very nice, is it?
No, fuck this woman.
Well, it also says that she works for whatever company it is that provide these grains, and she's like probably a seller or something. So there's actually, in the trivia later on, there's actually something from real life that they've got the idea from for this. So I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Yes.
Yeah, so she's a true believer. So the party ends, and Liam is instantly jealous of Jonas because his dickhead sense is tingling off the charts. He's like, Jonas? And yeah, bit of a knob, isn't he? It's like, yes, he is, but then you can just see, oh God, this marks the start of Liam's descent into jealousy and madness. So they invite Jonas back to their house for a drink, but Liam doesn't really want him there. So as soon as they arrive, they send him packing with the most vague way ever. They're like, well, oh yeah, the babysitter's in there, and we just thought, and they just don't say anything. Like, they're just like, they just flap around, like, and they don't say, we don't want you to come in, or we're tired and we were going to call it a night. They're just like, well, and it's the way, and I noticed this, it's the way Sophie talks in Peep Show. I'm a bit new and you're a bit dum-de-dum-de-dum, and I thought we would just, it's, just say what you mean, man.
Yeah, it's that Britishness, that politeness that, I don't want to go off again on a different thing, but, Speak No Evil. Have you seen the British one? Have you seen it? So spoilers for that. The whole thing around that is that politeness and just being too polite to just state when you were not happy with something and just be like, no, this has gone too far. It's fucking, we're ending it right now.
I know that there's a bit in that film, I'm not going to spoil it, where the main characters leave after something happens and then they end up coming back.
I know.
Because they're just too polite. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when they get into the house, we see that even the baby has a grain, which is horrific, as we mentioned before. They rewind the baby's night to check that the babysitter isn't a pedo. The baby's got a grain, which proves I'm not a pedo.
Incredibly hard to detect pedo. But this actually goes back to the appraisal, right? So until this viewing, I didn't really remember or get what they were going on about. So they're talking about, and stop me if I'm wrong, but they're talking about whether children can sue their parents because they can look back on when they've been mistreated or like not raised properly. And Liam questions this, is that morally okay? So there is a theme going with consent and we know the theme because it's fucking right in your face all the way through.
Right, I didn't catch that bit at the beginning. They were just talking, they were just saying words that didn't meld together into any form of sentence that I could understand at the beginning. I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. So they sit down and this is where it starts. So Liam opens the conversation with, was he a big part of the gang, Jonas? God. Oh dude, no, just let it go, man. Just let it go. Yeah. So he's figured out pretty instantly that Fee has a history with Jonas and she admits it. But he's like, he keeps like digging at her, you know. He's like, we met in Marrakesh, and he's like, oh, he's Mr. Marrakesh, is he? And then she's like, we were together for a couple of months. He was like, oh, a couple of months. You said it was a week when I first met you 5 years ago. And he rewinds back to their first time, and she does say it's a week, and she's just like, fucking stop this now. But he can't because he's leathered.
Oh yeah, he's fucking hammered at this point. He's knocking back that brandy.
He says to her, he says, you're a bitch sometimes. And then she's like, oh, thanks for that. She starts rewinding it and putting it on the big screen. Like, and it's just him going, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. And he's like, I said sometimes.
Yeah. But again, that fits in this whole narrative of controlling your own memories by... She's editing the story. You know what I mean? She's
that's
playing
true,
it back as him just saying you're a bitch when she's taken out of context, slightly taken out of context. But the theme of this episode is rife constantly. You know.
So they have makeup sex. So we cut to this hardcore graphic sex scene between the two of them, and I was like, hell yeah! But it's not real. It's actually grain footage of a previous sexual encounter. And like when it cuts to their real banging, it's like much more subdued. They're both just lying there side to side. They've both got their grain on, where they're all white-eyed, and they're rewatching a past shag that they've had while having sex with each other in the present.
Yeah.
So he's watching one of the times that they've had sex, but you don't see what Fia's watching. So I was thinking she's definitely watching Big Dick Jonas.
I didn't think of that until the recent viewing. I was like, oh, she's probably not watching the same thing as him, or them two. She's probably watching something very different, and that's fucking gross.
She's probably watching someone better in bed. So it's again raises a lot of questions, questions about consent and
but that when it just cuts to them and they're almost motionless and they're both just staring with their white eyes, it's fucking freaky. It's so weird because they're just like, oh
yeah. So they finish, they make up, but Liam, his insecurities they've gotten a hold now. There's no turning back from now. He cannot stop obsessing over Fee and Jonas having history together, so he's just constantly watching he's up all night drinking, watching grain footage of the previous night. Like, he's splitting hairs over like every look that she gives him, every laugh that she does, every word that she says. He's a fucking cock. He's just, and he's got the babysitter. And it is funny when he says, he cuts back to footage from the previous night. He's like, we got to get home for the paedophile babysitter, and she looks at him like, and he's like, oh, just ignore that. It was just a joke. Like, and Fee is so embarrassed for him.
Oh, I was embarrassed. The other side of the screen, it was fucking horrible. Dead awkward. But he also he gets like a lip reading kind of app or whatever it is to read what they're actually saying to each other, and she says, I was nervous to see you tonight. In itself, that's like suspicious, isn't it? You know,
I think he's going to take any little shred of evidence and make it more than it is, but then that is actually something. So now he's on it now.
That's the lawyer in him looking for all the details, and yeah.
So Liam gets absolutely drunk as fuck. He drives round to Jonas's house because earlier on Jonas said that he keeps past grain footage of past relationships, and instead of having sex with his current girlfriend, he just watches them and has a wank downstairs. Yeah. So Liam has now come to the conclusion that he must have footage of Fee in his grain. So he drives around to Jonas's house, which is a massive house. I don't know what Jonas does for a living, but like, I'd love to live there.
Just before we move on, though, should we talk about like the setting and stuff? Because it's mostly countryside, apart from like the airport and that towards the beginning. But like the houses that they live in, they're very similar. The two houses that we do see, and they're like big fucking open plan.
Yeah.
Weird futuristic houses, like
proper ultra modern, like flat roof, just proper like they look awesome. I love it because we see three, don't we? We see Liam and Fee's house, we see Jonas' house, and we see the house party house, and they're all just these are definitely well off people. Yeah.
I wonder if they used one house to film all three locations because they look very similar, don't they? Jonas is a bit more flash, but
so Liam. He rings the buzzer to be let in, and Jonas is like, is Fee with you? And he's like, no mate, I'm on my own. He's like, oh yeah, all right then, come in if you must. And he's like, what's going on? And this is just embarrassing for Liam because he's absolutely shit-faced. And he's all leery, and he's like, whoa, and he's like, is this where you masturbate to images of my wife?
Oh god.
And of course Jonas has been banging Hallam as well. Like she walks in wearing like a dressing gown, and she's like, hey, what's going on? And Liam Liam's like, oh, of course you're fucking her as well.
Yeah.
You stud. He's very insecure. He's got a big inferiority complex.
He does, yeah. But she is still banging him even after everything that he said, like how pretty much horrible, disgusting kind of person that he really is, talking about wanking over different women.
Yeah.
His literal wank bank.
Digital wank bank in his head.
His digital wank library. Yeah, and she still goes back with him. But then she is a person who is living in the moment and free of anything like that. So
yeah, she doesn't live in this world, so she's just like, fuck it, she's
yeah.
Liam. He nails this entire bottle of vodka, and then he nails Jonas with the bottle of vodka, and then he blacks out. And this was sending me. This was a bit triggering for me because Liam wakes up with the mother of all hangovers in his crashed car. Not that I've ever crashed my car drunk.
Before you carry on though, can I just mention one thing, right? When Liam is talking to him, he's got this like friendly kind of tone, but there's an undertone of aggression, and because I'm going to smash this bottle over your fucking head. And he's like, I'm only joking, Jonas. I'm joking. That is super Shane Meadows style writing, that is, because if you think about the ending of This Is England, where Stephen Graham's talking to the character Milky, and he's asking him about his family and stuff, and he's like, yeah, you had a good life, didn't you? But you know that something's building underneath. Or Dead Man's Shoes, where Paddy Considine's being like nice to him, and he's like, I'm not gonna hurt you, mate, I'm not gonna hurt you, but really he's gonna fucking kill him in a moment. And the same with, I don't know if you've seen A Room for Romeo Brass, it's really fucking good. Like throughout that, spoilers for that film, Paddy Considine's supposed to be like a nice guy, but it turns out that he's not. And it's just that writing that did remind me of Shane Meadows, where there's like someone pretending to be nice, but really there's something fucking aggression going on underneath, like that's going to be let loose at some point. Yeah, so sorry about interrupting you, but... Yeah,
it is a hell of a performance from Toby as well, because he's got to be sympathetic, but he's also got to be a dick. Mm-hmm. He's got to do... Yeah. He's got to walk a fine line here, because he is in many ways the victim here, but he's also brought it on himself, and you can see why. It's a hell of a performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So he wakes up and he's blacked out and he can't remember what he's done, and he goes through his grain footage, and we see from Liam's point of view that he threatened to gouge Jonas's grain out unless he deleted all the footage of him and Fee having sex. And he says, do it on the big screen where I can see. And he threatens him. And then we see, it cuts back to Liam's face, and he puts his hand over his mouth, and he's like, oh my God. Like, he sees something which has destroyed him. And at first you think he's upset because of what he's done, because he's in big trouble. He's in big trouble for this. Yeah. But he's actually seen something in the footage which is much, much worse. And because this is Black Mirror, it will be eternal torture for all time for him, the rest of his life. So he comes home and Fee is in bed, and he questions her about whether or not he's the baby's father, because they've got this big painting above their bed, which he says he's always hated, but she liked it, so he bought it for her. And he noticed that painting on their bedroom wall in Jonas's grain memory, which is something that Jonas shouldn't have, and it was time-stamped 18 months ago. So yeah, Jonas has been in his bedroom. Yeah, so his suspicions were right all along. Fee and Jonas did have a one-night stand when he moved out 18 months ago. I mean, again, it's because he moved out because of he was rowing about another one of her ex-boyfriends, I think they say.
Yeah, so they leave that kind of vague, but they give you enough information to understand. I think it's more built into, for us, the viewers, to think that Liam is just a paranoid arsehole boyfriend who is just completely insecure. So it's essentially, this is just like a repeat of what had happened. Yeah. They had argued over someone called Dan. You bastard.
It was me.
It was you. Obviously, without telling us exactly what happened, he's spiraled again, because she does say this is what happened with Dan. And within that time, he's left. He left for 5 days. And within those 5 days, Fee has got in contact with Jonas and banged him in their bed. Yeah.
But even though he's in the right, he just can't stop being a motherfucker, because he's like, well, how long did you wait? 3 days? 4 days is heroic. I mean, 3, I could understand, and it's just like, oh, God, just stop. He can't stop being this, like, and it's almost like, no wonder she cheated on you, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to condone what she's done, but to her credit, it was just a one-off thing. And do you know what I mean? She's stuck with him for 18 months, and she's tried to make this work. And here he is again doing his shtick. So
it doesn't tell you that it's definitely a one-off thing, but it doesn't tell you that it's not. But I think because of the way she has acted, the Dan thing was probably real as well. I think that she probably cheated on him with Dan, and I think there's more to this as well. I think there's more of a history, and I think this isn't a one-off at all.
See, I'm the other way. I think it's the other way. I think it was a one-off, and she's like, "Oh, what have I done?" Yada yada yada. So that's what I read. That's my reading of it. Fair. So Liam asks if she used a condom, and Fee says yes. And Liam is like, "Did you see him put it on?" And she's like, "Yes, of course I did. So the baby is yours." And he's like, "Let's see then. Let me see your grain footage. Let me see your grain footage of your and Jonas's fuck marathon." And she's like, "Oh, I've deleted it." And he's like, "Oh, so there's a blank in your memory then, is there, where it should be?" She's like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Show me then. Show me the blank." Oh God, his acting. He's so. He doesn't believe her, so he makes her show the footage, and so she plays the footage of her and Jonas having sex, and Liam on the big screen, and Liam just watches in absolute horror as Jonas fucks his wife, and it's implied through his reaction that there was no condom and the baby might not be his, which is again just pure torture. Charlie Brooker hates these people.
Just before that, when he asks her if he wore a condom, she says yeah. He's like, "Well, where did he get it from? We didn't have any in the house because we were trying." And she says, "Oh, he got it from his car," which is fair, a fair, reasonable kind of thing that he would have. However, the fact that they were trying, maybe they couldn't, maybe he couldn't, but Jonas comes in and she gets pregnant instantly. So that was my reading of it. Because it's Black Mirror and fuck anybody in this show. So that's my reading of that.
Yeah, the worst thing to ever happen to you will happen to you in this show. Yeah. So the episode ends with Liam just lying on the empty bed, torturing himself, viewing images of Fee and the baby, who he now assumes is not his. I really love the way this is shot as well. So he's lying on the bed in real time, and the painting is gone. The room is just cold and grey. The entire house is, there's like beer bottles everywhere, cigarettes, ashtrays. The place just looks a tip. But whenever it cuts back to the images of Fee and the baby, it's all warm and glowing, and he's watching her walking up the stairs, smiling at him. He's watching the baby play in the cot. Really horrible. He's got to sit there and watch all this stuff.
And because of his history of rewatching things over and over again and just spiraling into this world of paranoia and stuff, he's probably been rewatching everything over and over while getting hammered, and which leads us to this point. We don't know how long ago it was, I don't think, but it leads us up to this ending.
So I mean, Liam takes a razor and a pair of pliers and he tears out his grain. I've got written down here, utterly horrifying, but I wasn't referring to the gore. I was referring to this existence where he's got to replay all happy memories that he no longer has for the rest of his life. It's just but then also when you think about it though, he even when he was happy with it, he was still reliving happier old memories, the bit with the sex and things like that. I mean,
I think that's more of a nod to the fact that if you have this technology, you're always going to be looking back, and they're happy they've got a baby, they've got a nice house, he's potentially unemployed or whatever, but doesn't seem like that would be that much of an issue. But he's always constantly looking back, and even the guy, so one of the guys at the party's looking back at this footage of him picking at the carpet in the hotel room that he's staying in. He's like, that's going to be with me for the rest of my life. And it's just showing the obsession that people are having because of this technology, the fact that they can just go back and watch everything over and over again, and it's just fucking miserable.
It's and I don't want to sound too cool for school with this one, but it's for me, it's when people are at gigs and I see them recording on their phone, I'm like, fucking just enjoy it, see it with your eyes. Do you know what I mean? I know things are different for everybody, and people might want to go back and watch the gig on their screen, keep that moment forever, but I just can't. I can't be doing with that.
I'll be honest about my type of thing with that is I always record one short video at a gig just so I have that one little memory. But otherwise, I mean, me and you've been to how many gigs together where we have just been in the pit. I remember I just went off into the pit at the very beginning of the gig that we were at, and then I lost everybody, and I was just there the whole night. And then about an hour later, I just saw you flying past with your top off, just wow.
That was Rob Zombie.
I wasn't even talking about that one. Fucking hell.
Oh, was that Corner?
Yeah. Corner, I was thinking of, yeah. God, we sound like such Corn fans on this channel.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. We are, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the entire history of You, and that brings us to the end of season 1. So give us a quick wrap up of what you think of this episode before we move on to the end of the series.
So this is definitely one of the best episodes. I would highly recommend it to other people as an entry to Black Mirror, but I don't want to watch it again for a while. Probably I could probably, and this isn't any offense to the episode or the actors or anything, I could probably live without seeing it again because it is just depressing as fuck. But it is fucking amazing as well, and there's so much substance to it. There are so many levels to it. Like what we've talked about is we've delved a little bit, but we're just on the surface level of what everything really means. And like you could watch it over and over again and spiral into your own mind of what happens in this episode and what it means. And yeah, so it's phenomenal. Like all the acting is spot on, 10 out of 10. The episode's amazing. The locations, the fucking music, the score on the final part of it, it was just it was so basic, but it was like, I think it was only 2 or 3 notes, but it was just fucking perfect. It's so good. It is absolutely amazing telly. For 48 minutes worth of TV, they get more done in that 48 minutes than most films these days. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I think the ending of this hit me the hardest. This was the saddest ending of the three that we've seen.
Yeah.
So I can't decide which episode I prefer. I don't have a favourite because like I come out of every episode thinking that's the best one.
Yeah.
And I can't rank them. So I'm not going to try for the time being. But yeah, I think for the first series, for the opener of what Black Mirror is, these 3 episodes are just they all hit hard in different ways. Like the first one is physically sickening. The second one is like spiritually difficult to watch, and then this one is just like emotionally horrible to watch. They just
you're right. Yeah, I completely agree with that, Dan. That was very, very well said.
Very profound of me.
Very profound.
So we're not going to do too much of a wrap up for the series because it's only a short series, so we're just going to go straight on to series 2, episode 1 as soon as we can. So
yeah. Definitely tell you which are my favourites. So I would say 15 Million Merits is my favourite out of these 3. Then this, and then Pigfucker. But each of them I probably wouldn't watch again for a while.
They are heavy watches.
They are, yeah. If you want to feel like good about the rest of your day, then probably don't watch it. You know.
Paul, have you got any trivia for us?
Yes, I do, Dan. Play the fucking jingle. This is quite interesting, actually. I read a couple of these when I got this ready. In 2013, Robert Downey Jr. optioned this episode as a potential film adaptation by Warner Brothers and his production company, Team Downey, which was to be written by the episode's writer, Jesse Armstrong, who wrote this episode. The plot would have been about a man who uses a grain to repeat memories with his deceased wife, gradually learning a big secret from doing so. However, in a 2018 interview, Armstrong said that the project was in development hell and suggested that Team Downey's option had lapsed. So yeah, I do find that quite interesting.
I guess a film, like a thriller film of that might be okay, but
it'd be like a Hollywood remake, wouldn't it? So it'd probably be like
Will Smith
and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Why are you with my son's best friend?
That'd be scarier than real. Well, that is real life. Fucking hell. When the group of friends are discussing memories at the dinner party, part of the conversation is an implicit reference to the memory wars of the 1990s, when a battle ensued between different groups of psychotherapists and members of the public, with some cases of planted memories, particularly of incest or other sexual transgressions, surfacing. This led to many debates in psychiatric circles in North America and Europe over how memory works and to what degree organic memory could be relied upon to discern truth, particularly as time went on. It appears that this theme was at least part of the inspiration for the episode. So I didn't know anything about that, but like, it sounds insane. Blaming therapists for like therapists don't even do that kind of thing. Like hypnotherapists, maybe, yeah. I'm not implying that hypnotherapists implant fake memories into people's heads or anything. Sorry, hypnotherapists. journalists, if you're listening, all of you. In this episode, the main couple, Liam and Fee, have a daughter called Jodie. The name of the actress that plays Fee is Jodie. Fucking hell. 45 people found this helpful, and 218 thought it was shit.
I mean, I'm with the 218 on that. That's shit trivia. Barely qualifies.
It's not even trivia. Daniel Lapine appears in season 1, episode 3, and season 4, episode 6. Is he the guy from the beginning? Yes, he is. He's Max.
Who is he in? So what episode is that?
Season 4, episode 6.
Oh, Black Museum.
Ah, okay. I don't remember him being in that.
Oh, I think I know who he is. I think he's the mad.
Is he he's the main guy? Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah.
That's what it says here. It says Dr. Dawson, so it could be him. Yeah. Oh, okay. Him and Rod Senseless, the recurring characters.
The lowest credited number of characters in the story as of yet, 13. Cool. Only 2 more pieces left. These are spoiler ones, so if you haven't listened to the whole episode and you're just here for the trivia, spoilers ahead. The conversation at the party includes a discussion about the unreliability of memories. When the party memories are replayed, there are subtle continuity errors between the displayed memories and the original scene.
That's very clever.
I'd like to watch that back, but I don't ever want to watch this again. So, the young woman at the dinner party says her sight held on fine after being gouged and her grain was removed. The sudden cut to black at the end of the episode suggests that Liam was not so lucky. Yeah, I've heard that before. It's implied that Liam is blind at the end.
Okay.
And also, when he says unemployed or potentially unemployable, that also is true as well, because after he removes his grain, he's not going to be able to get a job. Because they would, even if they looked into why he's removed it, or he's like, they'd probably be able to get the evidence back. I would imagine. But yeah, he's never getting a job ever.
The whole evidence is on Jonas's grain, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. And that is your trivia. Do you know what? Though, one more thing that I would like to mention is I remember this episode, and I weirdly remember that he killed his wife at the end. But when I watched it last night, I was like, oh no, he doesn't at all. But there are people who have a theory that he does kill her at the end, and that's why it's so empty and all that kind of stuff. But I think Charlie Brooker has come out and said no, he definitely hasn't killed her. She's just left with the baby.
Yeah, I mean that's my take on it. That's my read on it.
Yeah, maybe I just remembered it differently because I was just thinking differently back then. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter.
So yeah, very upsetting episode of Black Mirror. Thank God it's over. Very good.
Yeah, really good. Top-notch episode there.
So that is the end of the entire history of you. We will see you next time for season 2, episode 1, which is called
Be Right Back, is it?
Be Right Back. This was the first episode I saw, was Be Right Back.
The next episode is an episode I've only seen once.
Yes, same, actually. Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to watching it again.
Yeah, same. Definitely.
Right. We will see you next time. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Goodbye and good night.
Goodbye and good day.